Hi guys, and welcome back to another Wako Taco gaming video. In this video, we finally rank all the legends. So there are 11 legends total, and I love them all, guys. All of the legends are like perfect. They all have amazing abilities, but there's some that I love more than others. So my least favorite one is Crypto. I'm sorry for those people who use Crypto, but most people agree with me. Crypto is the least used legend in the game. So right now, so far, as of season 3. Basically his tactical allows you to just like see enemies. You have a drone and like you can control it. It sounds really cool, but once you get into it, it's like okay guys, it's fine, but it's not that good. And the thing is that all of his abilities rely on his drone. So like his EMP, you need his drone. His passive, you need his drone. His passive allows you and your teammates. So like if the drone sees an enemy, it will tell you and your teammates. And the EMP can help in certain situations, but again, just the fact that you need the drone is just pretty bad, guys. And you could put the drone down, come back into it, use the EMP out of the drone, use it in the drone. Like there's just so many ways like to use them. And I don't know about you guys, but I like pushing. Pushing for me, I just like going in, getting all the kills, even though if I'm a noob. So his ultimate basically disables all of the traps, like Watson traps, and all of those other stuff. Any traps. And it also damages 50 shields, no health. My 10th legend ranked is Wraith, sadly. I'm sorry for all the people who love Wraith, but I don't really like her. Her tactical basically allows her to turn invisible, and that can help in certain situations, just running away really quick. Her passive is really useful. If you're like being aimed at, it says like you're being aimed at, or like stuff like that. But sometimes it's really obvious, like when you're like shooting somebody, it's like you're in the view of the enemy. Like, nah, he's right there. So sometimes it can help and sometimes it can't. But her ultimate is kind of what like kills her for me, because I don't really like her like ultimate. Like like you could get your team out of like the vault room. If you're like in the vault, you could just use the visible ability, bring your whole squad out of there. I guess you can do that, but it just doesn't work for me. Although one thing is that I do like that Wraith has a small hitbox. Sorry guys, she actually has the smallest hitbox in the game. 9th place is Bloodhound, and this one I wasn't really too sad. I mean, I like Bloodhound, do not get me wrong, but now that Crypto's out, I feel like less people are using him. Well, not really. Yes and no, not really. But his passive basically allows you so that, like, let's say an enemy walked here 10 seconds ago, it will tell you, like, if they were hurt here, if there was a fight here, like stuff like that. It's kind of like Wraith's ability, but I think Wraith's is better. His tactical basically allows you to like see in front of you, only what you can see. You like scan it if there's any enemies in where you see. But the ultimate is just amazing. Basically, it enables all enemies to be red, and the like where they walk is red. It's super helpful. You move faster, you can see more of your screen. It just really helps you. Like if you're in a gunfight, I say this ability is the best one to use. So Bloodhound, overall, decent character, but for me, I don't know why, I can't really like Bloodhound. And like I know a lot of people who like Bloodhound and a lot of people who do not like Bloodhound. So you know, it's just like there's mixtures. So tell me who you guys like in the comment section down below. Rank your characters. Next is Watson, and this is a pretty big surprise for me, but it just doesn't work, guys. I mean, like, first off, you have Caustic, which Caustic and Watson, that is when Watson shines. Like just being able to put the pylon and just to like fence everything, and with Caustic's traps, we'll get into Caustic later, but I mean, it's just so good. Her passive allows her to use one ultimate accelerant, and the ultimate is instantly ready. But you kind of have to rely on the ultimate, so it's kind of good that they have that, because like the fences, just one charge is so slow, and if you have the pylon, and if you're in its radius, the fences will charge faster. So I mean, I think that's super helpful. It recharges shields slowly over time. I mean, it blocks grenades thrown. I mean, it doesn't block grenades if you're throwing them at enemies, but if they're throwing it at you, it's perfect. It just blocks them. You see, you can create massive things with this. Just bases, like in a room, just camp it out. The last ring, like they're gonna have a hard time getting in, but I just don't know why, guys. Watson is like a meh for me. I would basically much prefer Caustic in any circumstance. And you see that like line right there with all the blue dots like filling in? Every fence you use, not fence, every node like thing, like you know how one fence requires two? Well, every one of those is a blue dot. So once you fill it up, that's all of the fences you can put, guys. So honestly, Watson is just like, she's good and not good. Like, it just depends on the situation. Because for me, she's like one of the only characters who I really do not like pushing with. Next is Mirage. And Mirage, I have to say, I really like Mirage. He's this like funny bamboozler guy. He's really funny, but the thing is that his tactical ability kind of lacks because it just sends out a decoy, which, don't get me wrong, can help in a lot of situations, but it doesn't even fool them most of the time, at least for me. For his passive is basically when you go down, you turn invisible, completely invisible for like 5 seconds so that you can like crawl away or start popping your knocked out shield faster if you have the golden one. It's pretty helpful, but I mean, like, just the tactical, for me at least, is not all that good. And his ultimate, I think, is the star of the show. Because, like, the ultimate just is, like, the beast. I mean, like, you just basically, once you activate it, a bunch of decoys are thrown out of you somehow, and you just immediately cloak. Like, you just, like, turn invisible. Like, you just run out of there, you flank them, you go shields up. But the thing is that you cannot shoot nor heal when you're invisible. So that's the sad part. And honestly, I think that's good because then he would be just too OP. Just like being invisible and being able to shoot or heal. Because that's just like, that's not right. And next is Octane. I really do like Octane. I like his stim. And his jump pad I kind of like. I mean, you know, it can't help. But his passive, I would say, is one of the best passives in the game. Because when you use the, well, you don't have to use it, but basically, because your stim takes away health from you. So you're killing your health, but you go faster with the stim. Although the passive denies that, basically, because you slowly, it's really slow. But you see my health? It's gaining health like when I'm doing everything, basically, anything. So that's pretty helpful because like even if you're just that little slimmer and don't want to use a syringe, just wait for Octane to regenerate himself. And it's perfectly good for the stim. Just don't overdo the stim because then you're like one hit on health. And his jump pad is amazing sometimes. And you can even bounce like grenades off of it, knocks, traps, anything basically. And if you jump on it, like it's hard to do, but if you're like on it and like you jump at the same time, you jump even higher. So that's just a bonus right there. Now this is when we start getting into the top 5. These are all good characters, do not get me wrong. But I mean, you know, they're all worse and worse. And I'm just telling you right now, number 1 may surprise some of you. May surprise. Even top 3 may surprise you guys. But number 5 is Bangalore. And I like Bangalore because like you pop smoke as her like tactical, her main ability, just being able to run and stuff. That's super helpful. Her passive basically allows her that if you're running and if you're being aimed at or shot at, you basically run like Octane. So that's really helpful when running away, and if you're like being chased in the storm or stuff, that helps a lot. But her ultimate is like, it's like how do you explain it? It's like I'm just kidding. No, I'm not gonna keep saying it's like. I don't know. It's like, oh my god, I just said it again. But it's basically like Gibraltar's, but worse. Like, you know what I mean? It covers a more area, way larger area, but it doesn't do as much damage. It does more damage now that it got a buff, but I still think that, I still think Gibraltar's is better. You see, it covers a long distance, covers from there to there. That's just, like, OP. You see? All that just blows up. I don't really like hers for pushing, but rather than running away. That's what mainly I use her airstrike for. Number 4 has sadly have to go to Lifeline. When the game first launched, the old me, if you asked what was my favorite legend, it would easily be Lifeline. Like without a doubt, she was basically the only legend I used, but her love has kind of died for me. I still love her, but it's not as good anymore. But her tactical, like you saw, if I get damaged, it heals enemies and me if they're near it, even teammates at a time, so that's really good. When a teammate is knocked down, you revive faster and you put down a shield in front of you, so that helps a lot. And you use ultimate accelerants and all that 25% faster, so that's really good. But her ultimate, it's basically a care package, but like it's a care package that cannot drop weapons, and it's like extremely rare to get a golden item from it. Like, it's extremely rare to get knockdown shield, golden knockdown shield, even the helmet, like any golden thing is extremely rare. Like, it's just, I don't know why, I feel like I've never gotten a legendary thing from her thing. That's like, I use her a lot though, so that's kind of surprising to me. So yeah, you could get knockdown shields, purple knockdown shields, stuff like that. It's okay. Number 3 is Pathfinder. I love Pathfinder, but the thing is that most people, if you know how to really use this grapple, they would easily beat like number 1 or number 2. But I can't really use this grapple like as those YouTubers do. Like, I don't know how they do it. Like, they just use the grappling hook. Amazing. Like, honestly, when I see that, I'm like, whoa, like, how did they do that? His passive, you hack the survey beacon, and let's say the ring is in Capital City, it will tell you where the next ring after that is. So, like, it will tell you if it's more in Capital City, or like if you move away from Capital City. So that's really helpful if you have a Caustic and a Watson in your team. And ultimate accelerants for him are pretty pointless because his thing goes pretty fast, but if you have extra, sure, like, just pop it for him. And yeah, and I forgot, you can also grapple people, which is pretty cool. But the thing is that when you're grappling, they can shoot you, but you can't. So that's the way to balance it. And you deal no damage when grappling somebody. You can grapple a bunch of stuff. You can even like grapple the zip lines and stuff. Unfortunately, I am a noob and I accidentally jumped over. I didn't hold square. But if you go up there, there's actually Nessies, a family of Nessies. That's why I wanted to show you guys, but I didn't get to because I fell off because I'm a noob. But number 2 is Gibraltar. The fat Gibraltar. I'm just kidding. So, right off the bat, Gibraltar takes 15% less damage. That may not sound like a lot, but believe me, it is. And he is not slowed by bullets. You know how like when you're running away, and if you're not Gibraltar, like when you're being shot at, you like go slow and it's annoying? Well, with Gibraltar, you still run. It's amazing. And having his gun shield also makes it better because you put the shield in front of you and it just blocks anything. That's his passive, by the way. It just blocks everything in its way. And inside the dome shield, things go 25% faster when you're in it. It lasts for 18 seconds. And once you're in it, you're invincible from everything unless people go inside it, obviously. But his ultimate is where I say is better than Bangalore. Let me know, what do you prefer? The Bangalore airstrike or the Gibraltar airstrike? But his is a smaller one, but in my opinion, more destructive. Like they just fall instantly, like destroy everything. It's just good. You see, you call in a little area. Well, not really little, but you call in an area and just watch the rain. You see, look at all that destructiveness. And I was wrong, by the way. They both do 40 now that Bangalore got a buff with theirs, so they both do like the same damage. But for some reason in the real game, I don't know if it's just me, but they like do less. Like sometimes they do 37, like 20 something. It's just kind of weird. And number 1 is Dr. Caustic. So again, right off the bat, he takes 15% less damage, just like Gibraltar, and not slowed by bullets. Like you guys do not understand, guys. Unless you guys do understand, obviously, but that is a huge difference in a game. Running away, you take 15% less damage, you're not slowed by bullets. That helps a lot. And again, when I said with Wattson, Caustic and Wattson are king and queen of Bunker, or what was Bunker. Now it's no longer Bunker because there is no King's Canyon. But basically, one Nox trap will it only deals health. It does not damage shields. And that guy was already low, but one Nox gas trap alone will not kill an enemy by itself. I shot this guy, so he was already weakened from the health, but it leaves him on very, very little. You can block doors with his traps and stuff. His passive basically is where if they're inside of the gas and you're inside of the gas too, it's like digital thread. You can see through it and they can't. And they're like highlighted green, so it's just like they can't see, they're taking damage, they're trying to get out. Meanwhile, you're chasing them down because you can see them. It's just amazing. But his ultimate is exactly, if they try to push you, I'm not trying to say don't be dumb. Do not push Caustic if they're in a room, like with traps, basically. But you see, if they're falling down that hill, just boop, block it, and just throw some more traps down. You got yourself covered. I would not push Caustic. That is my advice. Do not push this madman. The only way you should push him is if he has no traps down. If he's in an open area, then that's the best place. But if he's in a house, do not, unless his stuff is not put down and stuff like that. But so there you go. Those are all of my legends ranked. Let me know what your legends are ranked. So let me know what's your favorite, least favorite, your meh one. What's the better airstrike, Gibraltar's or Bangalore's? So anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.